then you obviously create a company content marketing plan. And we believe in this, and this is very much about across all social media, which is called 411, which means that for every hard sell post where you talk about your company, which could be, for me, be about black marketing, for example, you must do one soft sell post, which for me could be about LinkedIn or personal branding or content marketing, and then 4 unrelated posts. So they are things nothing to do with your company whatsoever. So think about how you're marketing yourself when it comes to content. You don't just want to see in other people's profiles hard sell, hard sell, hard sell. You want to see soft sell. You want to see something about Singapore, something about innovation, something about leadership, something that's interesting to you that's not about their company. If people just pummel you with hard sell stuff, like a lot of wealth management people do here in Singapore, for example, you basically unfollow them, you hide their feeds, or you remove them as a connection. So they have to think very closely about a content marketing strategy which is not just selling you and your company the whole time, but actually mixing it up. So you need to do things like short posts. If you look at Christy Lestat, she's brilliant at doing this. So she does big picture, headline, but when she makes it personal, she gets real engagement. So she talked about Anthony Bourdain because she worked for Anthony Bourdain at CNN. She talked about her first Kate Spade bag. So she made something that was business and personal combined. She got phenomenal engagement as a result of it. Be yourself is fundamental on LinkedIn. So I went to Hong Kong, for example, last year, went to the Ritz-Carlton, couldn't get in my room, wasn't ready. I said, I've got a meeting, what do I do? I said, no way, Mr. Reed, you can have the boardroom for free. And we normally charge a fortune for this, but you can have it for the week for free because your room's not ready, we apologize. Oh, this is amazing. So I had all these meetings in the boardroom, and all the people I met were very impressed I could afford the boardroom. I was like, this, I'm impressed. But the point is, I did a post with a picture of me in the boardroom. I did not mention my company once in this post, not once. Next day, I had 54,000 views, 412 likes, 35 comments of other people saying, yes, the Ritz-Carlton is the best hotel in the world. Isn't this amazing? The customer experience is incredible. More importantly, this guy saw it. This guy is Rico de Blanc. He owns the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong and Shanghai and the W Hotel and lots of other hotels. He runs 40,000 employees. He saw that picture. And he was so impressed he wanted a meeting with me, which he got, the guy in white, the guy in black, obviously, and he became a client. And not only did he become a client, but the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong became a client, and the Ritz-Carlton in Shanghai became a client, and the W Hotel in Hong Kong became a client. Or because of one picture. And that's the power of authentic social selling. That was my 4th post. Was not selling my company, but the conversation meant I could engage with him by showing him the power of a picture on LinkedIn in a business context. And that's absolutely key. For example, when I go to Changi Airport, Terminal 3, as you all be, it's the best airport in the world, bar none. Never any queues. So whenever I go through, no queues. I love sharing that, especially with people in England, where there's lots of queues, or Shanghai, there's loads of queues, or Hong Kong, where they have those stupid queues, and I hate that. You get to Singapore, you just go, whoop, all the way through. So I shared it. And it's amazing because other people who also had the same experience also then commented, yeah, it's amazing, yeah, it's fantastic, yeah, it's incredible. Something simple, it's not about my company, it's about business, and it's authentic. It's something that everyone else can empathize with. Or when we created the logo for Mohawk, for example, we crowdsourced it. So it did 2 things. It got people's opinions, but it also marketed the company. I always thought I should have gone for that one. Gone for the whole Indian side of things, but no. And then you want to amplify your thoughts outside LinkedIn on LinkedIn. So there's another, so there were some numbers here, which are across all social media, which is 1990, which is that 1% of people on LinkedIn, so 1 or 2 people in this room, create. 9% like, share and comment, and 90% do nothing but view. So if you are the 1%, you control the agenda, you set the tone, you are the leader. Now we obviously need 90% and we need 9%, but 90%, and that's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, across all social media. Only 1% of people actually bother creating. Yes? Why are they restricted?
Because they want all of the consultants that work for them to emulate their brand. So they want us to like come up with content and get it approved. So then it doesn't seem like the content created, it seems like robots.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what there's a big wealth management company here, which I won't name, who do that same thing. They basically are London-based, and they pump out London-based financial information, which all the senior advisors here then just basically share, and it's bullshit. It's like they're all doing the same content, and it's just like, we know that's not personal, and they're scared to share anything else. Difference, ultimately LinkedIn's professional and it's personal, it's yours. But it depends on your contract, because every single person's contract these days, so you have to represent your company in a positive way on social media, which is why people get fired by posting shit on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram about their company. Nothing's private. Nothing is ever private on Facebook, for example. So it depends on the company, how relaxed they are. So we come across this quite a bit, particularly Singaporean companies, and particularly where the CEO, for example, is not on LinkedIn himself. So it's a big problem. So Singapore Airlines is the classic one. Did you know, for example, that no Singapore girl is allowed to actually take a picture of herself in her uniform and share on social media? Because if she does, she's fired immediately. Immediately. Now, to me, they're missing a trick. Precisely. To me, it's like, you should be encouraging them to take pictures in all these great places that you're going to, whether in London or Dubai or Delhi or Moscow, and saying, what a gread job. But no, the people at the top of Singapore Airlines saying no. But they're not on LinkedIn. They don't get it.
I mean, they spend money to advertise on the
Singapore girl.
everywhere.
Precisely.
Why not let the staff do it?
I know.
And not pay a thing.
I know. Mental. And you know what their biggest problem is at the moment? They can't get any Singaporeans to be the Singapore girl anymore. And it's the ultimate irony. When you talk to stewardesses now, which part of Singapore are you from? I'm not, I'm from Malaysia, I'm from Thailand, I'm from China, I'm from Japan, I'm from Korea. Okay, so the Singapore girl doesn't exist anymore. So that is a massive problem, because Singaporeans do not want to be flying in that airline, because basically the pay is crap, the conditions are crap, and basically it doesn't look very sexy because you go around the world staying in places like Delhi and you come back the next day. But if they actually use social media with Instagram and YouTube and basically Facebook and LinkedIn to make it sexy, they would reverse that. But I actually did a test. I went through every single Singapore airline girl I could find on LinkedIn, and not one of them has any posts of her in a uniform. And I wanted to say, why is that? And I found out it's because of that reason. They get fired, literally like that. So you actually see some clever girls on things like Instagram and Facebook who don't put their head on, who do like sexy shots, for example, and don't put their head on, so they don't get found. And then you know what happens? Singapore Airlines have a team of people who go around trying to find who those people are, and then firing them. So basically, it doesn't encourage them to basically share on social media, which is a missed opportunity, as you rightly said. Complete missed opportunity. Yeah, go on. So we obviously come across this problem all the time, this challenge all the time, particularly multinationals. That's why most of our clients tend to be SMEs, entrepreneurs. Because entrepreneurs can make a decision, I can make a decision, you can make a decision, but multinationals can't. So we often talk to corporate comms, HR, about their issues on marketing, for example. And it comes down to the culture of the company. Is the culture trusting? Is the culture liberating? Is it empowering? And if the answer to those questions are no, then you've got a real uphill battle in terms of will they let you do social media. But the employer branding benefits alone by doing this on LinkedIn are stratospheric, like the Singapore Airlines one. And there's a million other similar examples you can give on LinkedIn. But slowly they're coming around to the realization they need to be on LinkedIn. No, because you can't do that, because LinkedIn will shut you down, basically. LinkedIn will basically, I've tried it, believe me, I've tried it. When I hit my 30,000 connections, because I only have 30,000 connections on LinkedIn 3 years ago, basically I thought I'll create a second profile in Hong Kong. They found out within 24 hours. Then I created a second profile in Shanghai as a woman. I created a female picture in Shanghai, and they still found that out as well. I thought, damn, their AI is better than my creativity. So they only want you to have one. That's why there's 600 million professionals. It's not a massive number. It's not like Facebook's 3 billion when they have 1 billion worth of fakes. It has to be genuine. So basically, you can only have one profile. So no, you still need to do that, but you have to do it in a more, shall we say, modified way where you're looking at how the company are looking at that and trying to push the boundaries. It depends how brave you are and how secure you feel about what you're sharing. It's a good question, yeah.
But you can have one language.
You can have you can have one profile in as many languages as you want, 64 languages, but you can't have different profiles in different languages, no. No. Because if they, again, same thing, if LinkedIn see it, they'll delete one of them.
How do they find
AI. They have a very sophisticated AI team which basically scours for fakes, scours for fake news, scours for fake profiles, scours for duplicate profiles. They find it. Believe me, they find it. I mean, I've tried. I've really tried lots of these different things and they're very, very good at it. They've got a whole team in San Francisco, nothing else but like, try and find out people who are doing ones. They care because it's a professional network, whereas Facebook's not professional. And so it means more to LinkedIn. That's why LinkedIn charge 10 times what Facebook charge in terms of advertising, because it means more. So Stephanie's brilliant at doing this, Stephanie Yoon, and she's a lawyer. So this is her profile. So it doesn't look like a lawyer, but she's actually a lawyer. She's brilliant, she's absolutely fantastic. So many people will know Stephanie because she's the loudest, most glamorous, most interesting lawyer in Singapore, bar none. And she's very effusive and she's also very opinionated within the context. So as your question was talking about, Stephanie pushes it, but she owns the company, but she's still a lawyer. And she's dealing with very conservative Singaporean organizations and the government and so forth. So there's only so much she can do, but she tries to push it as much as humanly possible. So whenever she's in the BT, Business Times, she puts it on LinkedIn. So American Lawyer puts it on LinkedIn. When she's in Today, or her TMAR puts it on LinkedIn. Now the reason why she does that is because only a few amount of people actually look at Business Times because subscription. Whereas LinkedIn, obviously millions of people can see that she's in the Business Times, so she gets the kudos of being in the Business Times. So her personal brand goes through the roof because people see her as opinion leader, as a leader. And they do. You mention any kind of lawyer, the most glamorous lawyer, they will all say about Stephanie because she's fantastic. And if you want to basically post on a regular basis, you will build up your connections and your followers. So a good example is Steve Blakeman, who used to be here in Singapore, and I advised him when he had 400 connections. He now has 250,000 followers because what he does is he posts short posts on a daily basis every single day. So he's posting things deliberately to get a lot of numbers, then engaging. So every single time he comments or shares, he comments, he replies. And that's key to engagement on LinkedIn. You have to reply, yes.
So when should you accept every connection invite? Because I get loads and some of these are just weird. Should you just accept everybody to boost them or not?
It's a very, very good question. The answer to that is you should have a criteria about who you accept.
So what do you suggest as a criteria?
Yeah, it's individual to you. So what we do is we analyze the criteria for our clients and ourselves, for example, and say, who do you want to be connected to? Who can influence you the most? And it's normally who can influence you and who has credibility, who is it, you've got people who you both know, who can help you in your career, who can you help as well, so it has to be quid pro quo. So normally, for example, you look at if you're dealing with Southeast Asia, and we're connected to decision makers in Southeast Asia. So it depends entirely on you. So basically, you can obviously delete an ad, and you want to try and get people to follow you. So LinkedIn now get you to basically have the opportunity to just follow you, which is a good option for like Steve. You can't connect to Steve, but you can follow Steve, for example, unless he deletes someone first. So, but you should have a criteria about who you accept and who you go after to connect with. So you should all connect with each other here, for example, because that will benefit you, definitely. There's no maximum followers, but the maximum connections is 30,000. Which seems like a lot, but it's not. So we literally, me and my team delete and add 100 people a day. But I'm the only person in the world not to have a single connection in India. So we don't do any business in India, so we basically deleted the whole of India. I deleted the whole of Pakistan, Bangladesh, United Emirates. I've only got like 200 connections in America. Because I got sick of the whole Trump thing, so I deleted everybody in America. And we don't do that much business in America, so most of my connections are the core cities that we do business with. So Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, London, Zurich, Berlin, Paris, New York, San Francisco, Sydney and Melbourne. And nowhere else of that do we normally accept an invitation. Even if they're very famous, we don't accept the invitation. Because we're focused on our lead generation. So that's what I mean by criteria. You need to have a criteria. Yes?
You were talking about short forms. What I've noticed in LinkedIn is that, you know how they start with one sentence, one line, another sentence, line.
Yeah.
And that seems to be very common among some of those would-be thought leaders.
Yeah, I'll show you a few of those.